Hello BookTube, this is my March book haul. The last of the books I ordered has just come in, and since I went a little overboard this month, I'm putting a stop on ordering books until April. So no books ordered until April 1st. Hopefully. We'll see how strictly I obey that command. Anyway, so the first book I will show you is one I've already shown. It is the only science fiction book that I bought this month. And honestly, I'm a bit disappointed. It's John Carter of Mars, The Collection by Edgar Rice Burroughs. It's bind up. Sorry about the glare. I have my computer on so I can log these into my catalog once I finish this up. So it has a Princess of Mars, the Gods of Mars, the Warlord of Mars, Thuvia Maid of Mars, and the Chessmen of Mars. So I originally picked, I've wanted this collection for a few years. Even though every time I've tried to get on with the John Carter series or the Broom series, I've had some difficulty. The writing's lackluster, to be generous. And so, yeah, I mostly enjoyed this title, kind of this edition, because of some of the interior illustrations that I quite like. But yeah, anywho. But yeah, this was the only science fiction book I got. And on the one hand, it is an important piece of science fiction and fantasy history. Even though I have struggled and continue to struggle to get into the Broom stories. So I don't know if I'm going to continue on with Marsathon. In my last weekly reads, I think I mentioned I probably wouldn't. And that probably is what's going to happen, but you never quite know. So moving on from Broom, I'll show you two of the books I bought for the BookTube prize. Me by Elton John. I picked this up from a Libris. And The Yellow House by Sarah M. Broom, which I bought new from Amazon. The used editions would have ended up being more expensive than just buying from Amazon because, excuse me, as a Prime member, I don't have to pay shipping and handling. Whereas if I bought a used copy, I would have had to pay $3.99 shipping and handling, and that would have made it more expensive by maybe $1 or $2, but still. So besides the John Carter of Mars collection, the only other fiction novel I bought was The Last Romeo by Justin Myers. I bought this from Book Depository, and I mentioned when I did my nosy through my Book Depository wish list that this book really sounded interesting and I wanted it, so I went ahead and bought it. And will be the easiest book to put into my collection because, that one's not going to really require much in the way of moving. So, moving on to 3 history books I picked up from Alibris. I got, all of these came from Owl's books. And it came in this weird package. I thought they would send a box, but no, it's the vacuum mailers. Just a much bigger one than they use for individual books. So this is Antony and Cleopatra by Adrian Goldsworthy. I'm looking to pretty much getting as much Adrian Goldsworthy as I can, including the Punic Wars. And I'm looking forward to reading that. Let's put you on top of there. I also picked up Invisible Armies by Max Boot. This is a former library book, and it's from the Redondo Beach Public Library. I've read this book before a few years ago and really enjoyed it. And I've wanted it ever since, so I'm quite happy to have it in my collection at long last. And the final book I got from Alibris, I picked up These Truths, A History of the United States by Jill Lepore. Again, this is a former library book, and I want to say this came from the Seattle Public Library. Which makes me wonder why they got rid of it. I mean, there's nothing really wrong with it. So, yeah. Quite happy to have this in my collection, too. And finally, I picked up 4 books, 2 from Amazon and 2 from Book Depository. So, first from Amazon, we have A Queer History of the United States by Michael Bronski. I bought this alongside The Yellow House. Quite happy to have it. I've been wanting to get more queer history or gay history or LGBTQ history. From Book Depository, I got David Reynolds' Island Stories, Britain and its History in the Age of Brexit. Quite actually like the back. Yeah, so this is the British edition. I was thinking of buying the American edition. Sorry about that if you heard that. But it was about $10 or more expensive. Although I do like the American cover better. It's just like one of those British buses. Sorry about that. Rather than some lady carrying some kind of beach chair. Also from Book Depository, in the book that came in today, A History of the World with the Women Put Back In by Kersten and Uta Daenschel. Love this cover. I absolutely love it. It's like, so, yeah. I've been wanting this book for quite some time, and I'm quite happy to have it in my collection. And finally, the book that I got yesterday, and is a new release. Excuse me. I picked up A Great State: China and the World by Timothy Brooke. Yeah, quite happy to have it. I've been really interested in Chinese history and Japanese history, and I'm looking for more history books on China and Japan. So I'm very, very happy to have this, and I'm looking forward to reading it. Now let's see if I can do a pyramid. Or I guess in this case it might be a Tower of Doom. Wait, I want to get the books on the... Ouch. Okay, now I have to go log these into my personal catalog and then go find places to put them. Thank you, BookTube. I will see you tomorrow with a writing update, hopefully.